Ah, yes. Now things are starting to heat up and get interesting. The GWOAT, Clarissa Shields, and daughter of the greatest, I shook up the world. Rumble, young man, rumble. Muhammad Ali's daughter, Layla Ali. Things are getting chippy between the two. Look it, I'm gonna break it down in this video, let you know everything that is going on, and let's go. So, for starters, I remember these two in the past. Laila Ali, who retired undefeated, daughter of a legend, knockout power, widely considered one of the greatest, if not the greatest, female fighter, right? And when Clarissa Shields more so was kind of first coming up through the ranks, I don't know exactly what said, so don't quote me on it, but the two didn't seem to really like show each other. They didn't champion each other, right? Clarissa Shields kind of came in, some would say arrogant, cocky, and very confident. Like, I don't care what these other females did. I'm multiple time undisputed. I'm the only person for the USA that got 2 gold medals, male or female, and I'm all that, you know what I mean? And that was kind of her delivery. For whatever reason, either it rubbed Laila Ali the wrong way or Laila Ali being a pioneer. Maybe she had real criticisms for Clarissa Shields or her style. The two seemed to bump heads. And they kind of went back and forth on social media, but it never really amounted to anything. But fast forward to the future. It was weird too because things seemingly calmed down. I didn't really hear about the two like exchanging words or any like recent like flare-ups, if you will. But out of nowhere, they just did that women's card and Laila Ali was on it. And I'm talking about Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano 3. And women's boxing has definitely been more in the forefront. You got to give a lot of credit to Jake Paul, who's been signing a lot of women. And he had the first women's card with that many belts on the line. But either way, something happened, things were said, and it got to the point where Laila Ali's kind of in the spotlight and people were asking her about fighting Clarissa Shields. I think they might have even asked her on air, Andre Ward or somebody, and they were talking about fighting Clarissa Shields. What would it take? And there's an interview where Laila Ali said she would consider coming back for 15 to 20 million. Well, Clarissa Shields got with some investors or like interested parties and produced a $15 million check, and they said they have Laila Ali's name on it if Laila Ali comes out of retirement, like she said in that interview, and fights the GWOAT Clarissa Shields. So now I guess the ball is in Laila Ali's court to see what she wants to do. I know she does other things and has other endeavors, like I think she has spices or cooking, but now is getting to the point where Clarissa Shields is like, she's working on her legacy and she wants a name like Laila Ali, because you have to understand, in women's boxing, specifically in certain divisions, there's not these like Floyd Mayweather, Pacquiao, Oscar De La Hoya type names, right? So Clarissa Shields is definitely going through different divisions, up, down divisions, whatever she has to do, even fought at heavyweight and taking all comers and challengers. But it just so happens in every division she's in, there's not necessarily big names for her. So I see why Clarissa Shields would be trying to lure a name of Ali, somebody with that surname, daughter of a legend, and she had a great career herself, and she's trying to lure her into the mix and into the fray to get it cracking, because that would arguably be her biggest fight. And my thing is this: if Clarissa Shields is the champion and Laila Ali, if they have a champion fighting a person who's a former champion but ain't fought in several years, if somebody could produce $15 million for the challenger, then how much money does Clarissa Shields stand to gain, right, as a champion and the active younger fighter? So I don't know if this will go anywhere. There's a lot of things that would have to be like decided. Weight stipulations, location, is the money real? You know, just because somebody, and I'm not putting this on Clarissa Shields, but I'm just saying, just because someone poses next to a check, you got to make sure that there's no like strings attached, or, you know, see what these investors need from you in order to pay you. You know what I mean? Because it's a business. Ain't nobody just losing money or trying to lose money. So they're going to want something from you. So what kind of perpetuity do they want? Do they want like your likeness and then they could do whatever they want and put you in a video game and use your likeness and use the footage however they want? You know, there's a lot of details, and I'm not going to bother you as the fans with it, but there's a lot of fine print that you need to go over to make these big top level fights. Also, what about any type of back end money? Like what's the broadcasting situation? What network, what platform is it going to be on? And if it is, let's say, a pay-per-view, because again, if you're paying one person $15 million, what's in it for you? What's in it for the people if you don't put it on pay-per-view? You know, what's in it for the investors? They just want to see the fight so bad, or they're trying to make money and make an event out of it. So if it is going to be on pay-per-view, does Clarissa Shields get all the back-end money? Does the company get all the back-end money and you only get a flat rate? You know, so I don't get too hyped up for things like this. I am a reporter, so I'm reporting what's going on in the world of boxing, but I don't get too hyped up because I know the game and I know that this is just the first layer, and the first layer is this type of stuff, negotiations, making contact, things like that. There's a lot more steps that really go into that. So ultimately, we got to see, you know, I would be up for the fight. Off of hand, I don't know how long Laila Ali's been out, but she looked great, you know, at the Most Valuable Promotions card, and she looks in shape. Again, I'm not saying she's in fighting shape, but she didn't look like the other, like Layla Rashawn. I should have said that. Laila Ali didn't look like Layla Rashawn. If you've seen her recently from Waiting to Exhale, you'll know what I'm talking about. But either way, I'll keep you guys posted. Subscribe for more boxing news like this. And, you know, maybe it happens, maybe it doesn't. Stay tuned. I guess we'll find out. Live streaming can be tough, which is why I use StreamYard. Click the link in the description for StreamYard, which is an awesome tool that enables you to set up your stream with ease of use. Get great results with live streaming. It's what I use. Stream to social media with ease with StreamYard. Live streaming is here to stay. Engage with your audience using StreamYard. Great way to reach out to your audience and connect. So you need a tool that can do that.